What's up? This is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com. Today I want to share with you how you can keep your produce lasting longer in the fridge, whether it be fruits or vegetables or whatever you keep in your fridge. Now, it's important to understand that native cultures and old peoples in past decades and such didn't have refrigerators. They actually stored their food in earth. It's kind of cool. I live pretty close to Henry Ford's home. He had an estate, and if you go on the estate property, and on the left-hand side, you can actually see there's basically this hill, and it's kind of in the ground. And there's a big wooden door, and he used to store pears, apples, and produce in the actual hill in the earth, and wrap it up in like newspaper or paper bags or something. And the coolness of the earth would preserve it. And I'm sure the elements of the earth, with obviously some oxygen, a little bit, not a ton because there's not a lot of greens or anything, but the oxygen, the minerals from the dirt, whatever it may be, probably preserved it longer than a refrigerator. And it's funny because Henry Ford had a refrigerator, brand new state-of-the-art refrigerator in his home, but he still put his food in outdoors in nature there. So it's kind of interesting and kind of a cool fact. But it's interesting because one of the things I hate about eating healthy, and if you're like me in any way, is to open your fridge and to see those greens turn brown or that tomato turn old or whatever it may be. To see your produce go bad really sucks because if you buy packaged foods, crackers, cookies, chips, snacks, whatever it be, those things don't go bad. So it's kind of nice that they don't go bad, but you want to eat healthy. So the food that goes bad, there's things you can do to prevent that from going bad. And it kind of sucks too when you open your fridge and you want to have a tomato or have something and you know you have it in the fridge and you open it and it's got mold or fungus on it or whatever it may be. So these tips I'm going to share with you will help you preserve that produce longer, keep it fresher, and allow you to enjoy that produce longer. Just create your fridge in an environment that sustains that food longer, so it prevents it from aging and oxidizing, all these different things. So the first thing you can do is actually just take baking soda and put it on a plate or on top of in a bowl or anything like that, and just set it in your fridge and leave it in your fridge. Baking soda has natural kind of properties that attract bacteria, mold, whatever it may be, anything that could age or oxidize your food, and it attracts it to the baking soda as opposed to the food. So it's sort of a distraction to delay your food from aging and oxidizing and going bad or growing fungus or mold or whatever it may be, but it works really well, and the baking soda will actually turn sort of brown. You can also get a product called Blue Apple, that's B-L-U Apple. I'll link it up right below this video. It's an ethylene absorbing bag, and it's in a little plastic blue looking apple. And basically produce gives off a gas known as ethylene, and this absorbs that so it doesn't build up and age and cause the food, your produce, to go bad quicker. So it's a simple product. I think it's like $5 or $10 on Amazon. Like I said, I'll link it up below on Amazon so you can read the reviews and read more about it and everything. But those two things are probably the two easiest and quickest things you can do: baking soda and ethylene bag with the product Blue Apple. You can also, basically, one of the most important things is to take the food out of your fridge, clean it and wipe it down and make sure it's completely dry. If something goes bad, for example, tomatoes or different fruits, that juice will fall into the crisper or fall into the fridge, and it just sits there and it creates a moist environment. Moist environment in your fridge causes your food to age and go bad quicker. So just making sure your fridge is clean and wiping it down with a natural cleaner and making sure it's dry as well before you put your food back in is very important, and it will help prolong your food as well. You can also, there's two different thought processes on this next tip I'm going to share with you. Some people say don't wash your produce before you put it in the fridge, because if you wash your produce, the produce will be a little bit wet and then it'll cause the produce to go bad quicker. I sort of agree with that. At the same time, I sort of don't, because if you're buying non-organic produce and there's pesticides and things like that on the food, throwing all that in the fridge, it's just going to stay in the food longer. It's going to be harder to clean and get those pesticides and fungicides and the word sides meaning death, out and off the food so that you can eat it and avoid those. If you do clean your produce before you put it in the fridge, you can clean it, but just make sure it's dry. So maybe leave it out on the counter on a paper towel and put the fan on above it or a fan near it or something like that, and just make sure it's dry and then put it back in the fridge. Otherwise, if you have organic produce and you're not too worried about it, throw it in the fridge and then clean it once you take it out so it doesn't leave the fridge damp and moist. So these are all easy, quick tips that you can do. I'll link everything up below, right below this video. One last final resort, what I tend to do, until the other day when my juicer just unexpectedly broke on me, which I'm still trying to figure out if there's a warranty on that, I really hope there is if you see produce starting to go bad, just pull it out of the fridge, just pull all of it out of the fridge and use your juicer or your blender and just create a juice or a smoothie. That's a good rule of thumb to have, because you don't want to waste that produce. Obviously, there's plenty of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients, whatever it may be, and all that going bad and throwing it away really sucks. So if you see it starting to go bad, just pull it out, cut those ends off, and put it in the juicer or blender and actually enjoy it. And it'll also clear up your fridge and clear out something that may cause other foods to go bad quicker as well, because when one food starts to go bad, that fungus or mold or whatever it is grows, and then other foods will go bad quicker as well. So make sure to just keep an eye on your fridge. When it's going bad, pull it out, use it, cut it off, whatever, compost it, whatever it may be, and then keep the rest of the foods in your fridge. So pretty simple tips. One more tip before I go. If you buy food locally, it's going to last a lot longer. Typically, if you go to the grocery store, you'll see food is from California, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Peru, all over the world, and that food has been grown, stored, shipped, and preserved with different things. So it's already aged to some degree, and they do use like preservatives, and the cucumbers, as you'll see at the store, have sort of a wax on them to preserve them. Those foods are already aged to some degree, and they do have some preservatives, so it's not as healthy. But if you get local produce from your farmer's market or something like a door organic delivery food service, that's a great option, because that local produce is fresh, it's local, it's just been picked, and a lot of times it smells a lot better, and you can tell when you cut into it, it's a lot fresher and crisper. That food and that produce is going to last a lot longer, and you'll get a lot more use out of it too. So go to your farmer's market, use door-to-door, organic delivery food services. There's different ones, and those will help your produce last longer as well, because when you actually get the food, when you purchase it, it isn't as aged as the food from the grocery store. So those are 5, 6, whatever it is, tips to prolong your produce from staying good and not going bad. I have 10 full tips on keeping your produce fresh, healthy, and preventing it from going bad in the article right below this video, so make sure to check that out. I'll also link out the blue apple product that I have in my fridge. I actually have 2 of them, I believe. And yeah, all the information is right below this video. So please like, favorite, comment, and share this video below. Hit the subscribe button to subscribe for future healthy, wild, and free videos where I talk about health, wellness, nutrition, fitness, spirituality, fitness. If I already didn't say that, whatever it is, just all things green living, sustainability, you name it, it's on this channel. So subscribe for future videos, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the email newsletter on the website. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to have a great day. Bye.